Welcome to Saltmarsh, a small fishing town in the kingdom of Kaeland. The citizens of Saltmarsh are just nice, totally normal, salt-of-the-earth type people. If you're in the mood for libations, head on over to the Snappin' Line for some refreshing lobster claw wine. More in the market for new armaments? The Dwarven Anvil can take care of all your plate mail bikini needs. Or, if you want to take out a vicious burrito smuggling gang, then you can hire this ragtag menagerie of adventurers to help you out. So, what happens when an owl, a horse, a turtle, a frog, and an elf walk into a bar? Well, why don't you stick around and find out?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Helpful Goat Presents The Goats of Saltmarsh, where Helpful Goat Game... Oh, right. Honk.
Someone honked. Who was it? God damn it.
I also don't have... Okay, it's going to be real interesting tonight, just as a note, because at least 4 of the 6 people have discussed being very tired and kind of out of it. So...
I'm not ready to go. Honk, honk.
Anyway, this is where Helpful Goat Gaming plays the Ghosts of Saltmarsh adventure at 5e from Wizards of the Coast. My name is Goa Trainer. I'm one of the founders and the program director of Helpful Goat Gaming, a small independent game design and game content creation community. If you would like to join that community, !Discord in the Twitch chat will get you a link to join our Discord. We stream here on Twitch, twitch.tv/helpfulgoat, usually multiple times a week. Coming up with the rest of this week on Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, we have Spire, probably. Check back on social media at Helpful Goat, or join our Discord where we can update you. Friday, we do not have stream, though almost every week, basically every week, we have stream at 9 p.m. on Fridays. We are taking a week off because Tier Moontree Isle just wrapped up, and we are also prepping for what this year I've decided by throwing a dart at a dartboard to call Go-to-Ween, our October month of programming, which this year has grown to include 7 different campaigns, including the first one, which will be Saturday, the 2nd of October at 3 p.m. Eastern, as Sam, our very own Sam, kicks off running a brief campaign of Monster of the Week, which will feature Don't Point to Your Left, Galway. The Discord overlay and the stream overlay are not the same, which will feature Rachel and down there in the corner, Andy. So that will be awesome. We're going to have a whole bunch of other one-shots, Monster of the Week running through all of it. It'll be a lot of fun. We're playing lots of different game systems, lots of different sort of themes, different types of stories, and with lots of different GMs, including most of the people that you currently see in front of you. We'll be running a game at some point, so come check us out for that. You can follow us here on Twitch, totally free. Get notified when we go live. You can subscribe if you would like to. You can subscribe for free. If you have Amazon Prime, you get Twitch Prime, which gives you a free sub. Those benefit us financially and let us do more of all of this that we love. If you would like to further support us, you can use !Coffee, KO-FI in the chat to get a link to our coffee page where you can donate to us, or !Merch to get some cool merch like a Helpful Goat logo shirt, such as the one I'm wearing, and also support us financially. Finally, !Donate highlights causes that we care about. Right now we are focused on Hope for Haiti in the wake of many natural disasters, relentlessly cruel foreign policy, etc. Haiti could use a lot of help, so if you have the time, the resources, emotional, monetary, etc., we encourage you, check out that link. Consider donating. Consider trying to offer some support. All right. I think with that, I will turn it over to Rachel, who will promptly turn it right back over to us.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I turned the sound activity stuff back to the canceling things because Eric is cooking and it's a lot of crumpling sounds from things. It's fine. But hi, I'm Rachel.
Hi.
I DM this game, and I use she, her, hers pronouns. Just gonna
Well done.
block out Andy on my camera so that I don't have to. No, kidding. I could never do that, Andy.
I keyed.
For a second, I legit was like, did Galway just kick Andy?
I did it before going to it.
Right. Of course.
For it.
You know that Galway. Maybe if you don't know that Galway, I'm going to pass it to, around and down to Galway. To introduce yourself.
Down.
Oh, it's because it was fucking Andy. My Twitch had cut up and Andy was gone. Andy ruins everything.
I thought you meant me for a second. I'm like, did you mix up our names again?
Listen, Jolie. It's that Andy had not rejoined on my stream, so Andy ruined everything. Galway? Hi.
Beep, boop, and ahoy. I'm Joel, playing Dunlamatorial Cleric. We both go by he, him, his. Yeah, definitely not a robot. Anyway, we're going to pass it to Lena over there.
Hi, I'm Lena, and my pronouns are she, her, hers. And I think there might have been something wrong with your mic, Galway. And I'm playing Ocean Blue, the Sea Elf Paladin, whose pronouns are also she, her, hers.
I'll just take this back for a second because I realized this is why I normally, as soon as we go live, switch it over to push to talk on Discord as well. Because otherwise I fucking forget to push to talk because you all react to me.
Because we can hear you.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, everyone, sorry. My name, as mentioned, is Galway. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I am playing Virgil Mondragon, the Centaur Barbarian, whose pronouns are also he, him, his. Lena, who do you want to give it to?
Fuck directions. That way. Why do I do this so awkwardly? That way.
Back there?
It's you, Andy. It's you. So introduce the darkness behind you.
The darkness behind me's name is Kevin. And I am Andrew Gilbert, and I play Baz Wolford. We're both he, him, his, and I'm going to send it into the future to Monty.
The future? Ooh,
There it goes. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, what's
that's
Tuesday
me.
like?
It's quite nice, sunny, not too hot. It rained a little bit this morning, but it's nice now. Anyway, I'm Monty. I use they them pronouns, and I'm gonna be Gunk, who also uses they them pronouns, or he him, who is a grung ranger, and we'll see how long that lasts, because we are in trouble. Oof.
Yay. Hey, it's back to me. Except I'm then going to throw it back to you to tell us what happened last time.
Oh.
We could start the recap with the poem.
Oh, yeah,
this is true.
poem. Who wants to do it?
If I can find it, I'll do it.
I always volunteer to
The
do
teacher has to
things.
call on somebody.
All right, I got
I don't cold call people in class because that's shitty.
Thank you.
you. Yeah, thanks.
Because it's
You're a
odd
good
to
teacher.
it's odd to do a marketing side gig while you're
Shut up, Galway.
Ready?
Yeah, sorry, I'm done laughing at it.
Get set. Go. The Sassy Husks reporting live from chat tonight. Place your bets how many more Sahuagin you'll fight. Venturing onward, secrets and plans still to learn. Adventure and mayhem await beyond every turn. Skeletons, traps, endless chaos. Are we sure this isn't a series of Scooby-Doo? Anyway, much love, Saltmarsh crew. I can see and hear you.
Thank you, Chelsea.
Ruh-roh.
Also, I was just like, oh wow, the Scooby-Doo comparisons are really apt, aren't
Yeah, they kind of are.
You're gonna pull off the Sahuagin Queen's mask, and it's gonna be Old Man Jenkins the whole time.
I assumed it was just going to be the kid who had pickpocketed Baz.
And he would have gotten away with it too, if it weren't for you meddling birds. All right, tell me what happened last time.
We split up,
Yeah,
which was dumb.
Sure
it's a
did.
great plan. It's a great
Two
It's such
squishies,
a
3
good
tanks.
plan. Yep, 2 squishes went in through the front door.
No,
got
not
it.
just went in through the front door.
Plan.
What did they do? What did
I
one
think
of the
you mean,
squishies do?
What did Baz do? Yeah, Gunk just sort of followed lead. Baz done fucked up.
There was some trouble getting in the front door, so Baz suggested that they have a battle to fight to see who is the better champion, and the Swagan who won had to be listened to, and we won. So plan successful.
But we ain't swagging, are we? And I think they know.
I just enjoy the fact that the ranger and the wizard went in and basically were like, you know what? Prison rules. Who's the biggest, toughest guy here? I'm gonna stab him. I'm gonna stab him.
Great.
You're a wizard.
It worked out awesome.
With his dying breath, he saw through your disguise or partially saw through your disguise, and told his compatriots that something seemed off about you and that they should check you.
Yeah.
And that's where we left it.
Yeah.
To be fair, that doesn't necessarily mean that he saw through the illusion. There is something kind of
Correct.
off about the one he fought.
Fair.
On the all tank super team, we swam around very deliberately and cautiously, checked all the entrances, got into a sealed door, decided that was probably going to be too much trouble. Also, Ocean got a couple of handfuls of eel corpse. Then we swam around to the other entrance we'd found and discovered that it was not nearly as secured by a massive heavy door, but it did lead directly into a room filled with like few dozen troops and things.
So we promptly turned around.
So we were like, you know what? Door didn't seem so bad. Door didn't look like it was going to actively murder us. We lightsabered the door, and then we shattered the door. And then there were some people on the other side of the door that wanted to murder us, but it was significantly fewer than several dozen. And we murdered them. I also like to point out that our party murdered 3 of the things that Baz soloed. And then we found...
He did not solo.
That's true.
I helped.
No, that's true. That's right. Which, again, I also want to point out that you were disguised to look like a Sahuagin baby who was pre-verbal, because you can't speak yet. You're too young, but you can use a longbow. Also, you're
Sahuagins are
poisonous.
Crazy.
Sahuagin babies are nuts. They do not do kindergarten for a reason. And then we found Lakatha, the fish person.
But gotta have to need to open up that map. Sorry,
Barry.
Barry
I
Bumpus.
was on the.
I
other
didn't write down the person's name. I wrote down Trevor the eel.
Borges, who was the owner of the eel who was in Jeel, who had died. And that's about where we left off.
Yeah, I remember all of that like it was yesterday. So I say since we finished off with the tanks, let's maybe go back to our squishies and see how we're doing. So, Baz and Gunk, you just defeated the Sahuagin champion, but he did call out that something was funny about you.
Yeah,
So
but I
what
don't
is it-
know that because I don't speak Swaggin.
You sure
You
don't.
pre-verbal baby.
You pre-verbal baby. So it's an intelligence check, right? See through disguise?
No, they can't see through it, but they can see that it is a disguise. Yes.
Then
Yeah,
then
or
they can
if
kind of see through it, yeah.
or if they physically inspect it, they also see through it because it doesn't
see
hold
it's-
up for physical inspection.
Right. It's not that the magic goes away. It's that
They
obviously
understand.
yeah.
it's an illusion at that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing a lot of rolls right now.
Hey, that went really well. Look, we brought the dude down. That's
I
great.
know.
Oh wait, there's 6 of them. I need to roll 2 more of those, huh?
Oh God.
So what are we
You
gonna
did.
do next? We walking in, Baz? What's going on?
Well, it seems they're having some suspicions about us. Just give it a moment. And don't forget the plan.
What's the plan? We didn't come in with a plan.
I did. Don't forget it.
What's the DC on your disguised self?
15.
Okay, so the top 2 blue guys are coral smashers. One failed, one succeeded.
Oh,
And then I have a success, fail, success, fail, success.
cool.
So,
cool. Very cool.
4 out of 2 of these regular Sahuagins see through your disguise, and 1 of the coral smashers see through it, but like can tell something is up.
Understand.
And they're gonna say, "What trickery is this?" Kind of point spears towards you, while the other 2 are just kind of like, "The fuck? What are you doing? I don't understand what's happening. Didn't we agree to things?
How
Something's
wise. of
Fishy
you
and
all.
not in a good way."
Yes, you all are so intelligent. I am very, very pleased, for you have seen through my illusion, as well as my son's. Now, what I shall do next is reveal my true self, and I don't want anyone to be alarmed. And at this, I'll go ahead and cast Disguise Self on myself again.
What happens to Gunk though?
So far, Gunk's Gunk. Yeah, Gunk's
Gunk is
gonna do.
Gunk is the
Gunk's
Gunk's
gonna
roast.
do their own
disguising
thing.
themselves with their own
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I do another disguise self, and this time I'm in much less armor. I do have blood now on me that I make now from the gash that he hit me on.
Sure.
And I look entirely like royalty. I just have like decoration all over my body, a beautiful sort of glowing scaly kind of substance on my chest. It looks very, very nice. And I'll say, "You have found the royalty of the northern tribes of the Sahuagin. I am nobility, and I did not want to make anyone afraid of my presence, so I disguised myself. And you, in your amazing wit, has found me out. And look, your champion even did hurt me a little bit. Good for all of you. And my son shall transform as well. Son, do it.
Don't
Show
know
them
what
your.
you're saying. What are you saying? You going wah, 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 wah. What are you saying, Bat?
Gunk, show him your true self.
Like actual truth? Am I just dropping the disguise?
No. Do what I did. You saw me. This is my true son.
Okay. I cast disguise self again and try to look fancy and maybe I don't think I got hurt last session. So
Oh,
just
think so.
real fancy. Like that? Was that? Ta-da!
I really like that you're just like, is this what you want? I can't understand
know
you.
what you want.
My son,
This is right.
it is good to see your true form once again. And now, if you live up to your champion's bet that he made, I think we deserve an audience further inside.
You can make I will let you make a persuasion check with advantage because that's clever. Changing your disguise up.
Okay. Deception with advantage.
Oh yeah, I guess it's deception, right? Because you're not
Oh, I'm
what you're
sorry.
saying you are, huh? No,
Literally
no, it's
nothing that
deception.
he has said so far is true.
It's true. Yep. Fair point. Those are two different skills.
That's a
Oh,
12?
advantage.
That's
Oh,
great.
good. 12. That. Oh,
Jesus Christ.
We're all good here.
God. Hippity
Why
hoppity,
do I
get back to your
keep
tank
taking bites
friends.
before I have to talk?
Hippity hoppity hits get back to the tanks o'clockity.
Mm-hmm. So how's it going? You did a lot of talking.
It's going fine so far.
So the
Okay.
two that were convinced by the three that were convinced by your original disguise are like, whoa, that's pretty impressive what you just did. The other 5
4. Oh, 5.
are not convinced yet. And they're like, why did you have to disguise yourself and then disguise yourself again? I don't understand.
We wanted you to
What
let
are
us...
the northern tribes?
Of Sahuagin.
Yeah,
Us.
but we're
You're
the
in-
Sahuagin tribe.
There are many more like you. And you
No,
will be...
there's just me. I'm Jerry.
Jerry. It's nice to meet you, Jerry, but you need help.
I never
There
need
are-
help.
There are many...
I'm strong. Are you telling me
can
Jerry's not strong? Are you saying Jerry's not strong? In your face.
Do you want to fight one-on-one to determine who's...
Hell yeah, I do.
Let's go, fucking Jerry. And I cast... I cast a firebolt at Jerry.
We fighting again? What's going on? I thought that you said we won. Wasn't that it?
Well, almost. Gotta kill Jerry now.
Who's Jerry?
13 fire damage to Jerry.
Jesus Christ.
Welcome back, Lena.
Lena, you missed some things.
As done did it again.
No, you can just 100% draw a straight line from where they were to how well you would assume it would go. Extend by, I don't know, 10 minutes. That's right where we are.
That's right,
We
exactly.
are bang
where we
on
are.
the line of regression here.
So that was a 20 to hit for
Yes.
13 fire damage?
Yeah.
Okay. It hits and you do it. And he looks hurt. And Jerry says, "What the fuck, man? Jerry's strong!" And he flexes on you again and then swings at you with his warhammer twice.
Gunk, 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 help. Kill Jerry.
You started this, man. I'm okay. Look, I'll back you up if you need it. But honestly,
Only-
you're talking a big game. I'm just gonna,
You're talking a lot in
settle
common.
Only one hits. So a 21
Okay.
hits you for 11 bludgeoning damage.
Everything's fine.
But the
good
next
thing-
one misses.
It's a good thing it's a good thing that you're in a party with 3 tanks and 2 healers. Oh.
And a
Hippity
frog
hoppity,
that
get back
really
to-
likes ya.
Get back to the tanks o'clockity.
So, Gunk, what would you like to do?
Ah,
He's almost...
I'll fucking cast.
So far, it's just
Ensnaring
Jerry
Strike.
that's fighting you.
Yeah, I'll do Ensnaring Strike again. Hang on, I gotta mark that spell slot. My thing is being weird and annoying.
Not a weird,
always.
annoying thing.
A weird and annoying thing. Does a nat 20 hit?
Does
Gunk you
It
god.
does! So 10 piercing damage plus he has to do a con save. I think it's like 12. It's like super low. 12, yeah.
rolled 11.
11. So he takes an extra 3 damage. And then
Yeah.
I did the thing that makes the vines come out, so he needs to do a strength saving throw.
Oh, he dead, I'm sure.
So you did 13, Andy, and then
Yes.
they also did 13.
I'm not shitting to kill. Just
Yeah, they're not dead yet.
okay, cool. Strength saving throw, please.
Okay.
I'm assuming he's quite
These
strong.
are pretty strong boys.
Is he a large creature? Technically.
I know, I believe he's medium, but he rolled a 7.
Okay.
He rolled 2 sevens, actually.
Well, vines come up out of the ground and do stuff to him. Yep, cool. He is restrained now.
This one over here, the other coral smasher, just says, "Oh, what the hell, Jerry? Jerry, why you letting him do that to you? Jerry's royalty. Jerry, what are you doing?"
Jerry has made a mistake.
Jerry's strong. Don't fuck with Jerry. And then the other guy says, Jerry, what are you doing? And Andy, it's your turn again.
Okay.
The others are all kind of waiting to see what happens.
Can I throw a chill touch his way?
And that one misses.
I think we're gonna use my inspiration on that.
Oh, he's got advantage because he's restrained, so it's a 17.
Oh shit,
Oh,
17.
fuck.
17.
Then inspiration, you stay there.
I believe. Yeah.
Oh yeah. 12 necrotic damage.
How would you like to destroy Jerry?
Yes. So he's complaining about being strong. Specifically, I use Chill Touch as a necromantic spell, so I want him to just wither in his muscles until he dies.
He
Is
just
that really
goes, no,
necessary?
Jerry's strong, and his muscles just wither away. And the other guy just goes, "Holy shit! I think you really are royalty, guys. I think it really is royalty. We should do what he says."
That's what we were saying. No need for any more violence. Though
Yeah, I don't want my muscles to
will.
wither like that.
We will certainly be violent if we need to.
Your
Let's
son
have
makes a
no
lot of
more.
weird sounds. You know that?
Yes.
Is he stupid?
Well, yeah.
No. No, just young. The warriors of the northern tribes are quite adept, even when they are young.
Nobody's better than the southern tribe, though.
You know what? Probably not. But
That's right.
we could offer some supplement help if you need it. Because there are many moving against you. And you should be
What?
ready.
People are moving against us. Should we be more
Yes.
prepared?
We should be very, very well prepared. Let me see what preparations you have already, and then we'll go from there. I can help.
You know what would
But
be
I-
really smart? Oh, continue.
I certainly bow to the southern tribes, whose strength I have witnessed here today. And if I were not royalty, I may not have bested them.
I want you to make one more deception check at advantage.
I don't think that was a lie. Just want to say,
Well,
if I weren't
Right,
royalty,
yeah,
I may not have
royalty.
bested them. But persuasion or
ain't
yeah, whatever you
royalty.
want. I gotta roll something, I'm sure. Just throwing it out there.
Is Bad's royalty?
You you are just trying to persuade them to bring you to the person.
I'm just trying to persuade him to give me more info. Yeah. So whatever you like, I'm good with.
Yeah.
I mean, neither of them are
fine.
better than the others.
I was also
fair.
gonna say, like, do you have a proficiency here that's relevant? Oh, thank you.
19.
Whew, 19. Yeah. He's like, all right. Yeah. What do you want to do? You want to talk to the high priestess?
Anyone who has
The high priestess of Sekala?
anyone who has information on your numbers, what weapons you're carrying, just general information of your forces. Whoever.
Yeah, that's not suspicious at all.
Lead me to them. Of course not. Not for royalty.
Okay.
What's your name, by the way?
I'm Gary. That was my brother.
Oh,
No.
sorry about that, Gary.
It's okay,
Listen,
now I'm the strongest brother, right? Yeah, Gary!
and I'm
He flexes
very
in front of you.
pleased to be in the presence of the strongest brother. Without a doubt. And Gary, if you ever come to the Northern Tribes, you will have such a banquet in your honor for
I
helping
heard
us.
they smell. Does it smell there?
Sometimes, yes.
Oh. Okay.
We follow you,
Yeah.
Lord Gary.
Lord Gary. God, sorry.
It's
This
going,
map.
it's going okay. We just keep following. We're good.
Oh, okay, did you really have to kill that guy? I mean, I did restrain him so he couldn't hurt you, but you really,
No, he was
sucked
probably
the
gonna
life
kill me.
out of him, huh?
He's probably gonna kill me, even with disadvantage.
Oh, he's still gonna die, Baz.
Yeah, he did
Possibly.
do 11 damage. Yes, where are your hit points at?
Oh, I'm good.
Super good.
Yeah, we're doing great.
Yeah, I believe every bit of that.
Well, I'm a baby, so nobody hit me.
Yeah.
So that's good. He's baby.
Gunk is baby.
Mhm.
Yeah, pretty much where you want to go is not on this first floor. So you are going to be. How long does Disguise Self last? An hour?
An hour, and I
Yeah.
just cast it now.
And you
Yeah.
just cast it. Yeah. You are going to be led. I'm not going to drag you through this whole fucking thing.
Okay.
But you're going to be led through a lot of hallways and past a lot of Sahuagin.
I'm trying to make mental notes. Yeah, as we go.
Yeah. I don't need to give you an exact number right now.
Sure,
But
sure.
yeah, you are keeping track of it. And then I'm trying to see where would be best for them to take you. Did you want them to take you to see like the priestess?
Yeah.
Or
No, I would. If I
Whoever's in
could,
charge.
if I could ask them, yeah. Mostly that's what we're doing. Yeah. I'll ask where the prisons are.
Or there's also the Baron in charge. So you'll ask what? What do you want to do?
Yeah, we'll go to that first. But I'll kind of casually ask where the prisons are.
Oh, you want to know about our prisons? We're not really sending out those weaklings to fight.
Good. Perhaps they have some information.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you ever think of that? Yeah.
I mean, we do. We have. Do you want to see our equipment? We have so much torture equipment.
I mean, kind of, but after we talk to the Baron, yes.
Okay.
That sounds great. Thank you for suggesting that, Gary.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, let me pull up level 2. And then wait for it to very slowly load and roll 20. Oh, wow, that's a big guy, huh? Don't worry about that.
Nothing
Sorry.
to see here.
I need to pull up where it is. These maps are ginormous. Do.
Okay, so what's the plan here, Baz? We get to this head guy, and then what? What are we gonna do?
We're just going to get a few notes about what's going on here.
And then what?
And then we get the fuck out of here.
But God,
via via the prison area. So
how do you know about the prison area?
I believe someone I know very well is being kept here.
Yeah, and Gunk also knows this because
Yeah, that's true. So Gunk, you're actually uniquely situated to understand what some of Baz's motivation here. Interesting.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. So, if only there was any kind of easy organization to these things.
Wait, you want your book to be organized? That feels like a heavy lift.
Yeah. And if things go wrong and they see through our disguise again, what exactly is your escape plan? Because I'm just running. They won't find me in here.
Oh,
I mean, it's true, but
I hate to say a thing.
it is
If
dark,
it's
isn't it?
something that
dark.
harms the players, don't say it. Why do you say it?
It's dark.
No, I'm sort of just being led by Gunk here. For now.
Yeah, none of these places are lit.
Gunk's invisible.
No, not while I have disguise self up. So they still see the illusion.
They see the
disguise self.
illusion.
Yeah.
Underneath
But as
you're
soon as-
invisible.
Yeah, as soon as that drops, then I'll be invisible.
Beautiful.
My God, my son was a ghost.
You're bumping into a lot of stuff. You all right there, Baz?
I'm fine. They did get me pretty good. See the blood? It does hurt a bit. So I'm fine.
I mean, you did trip over that crate before. I mean, can you doing all
Yes.
right?
Baz, I'm Baz. Gunk,
Yes, you are.
I cannot see very well.
Ah, yes. Can't help you there, unfortunately.
Excuse me, Gary. One moment. I feel like my tribe is trying to contact me. They'll usually send a little glowing boy for me. Oh, look, there he is. And a glowing little boy appears on the ground in front of me. Oh, yes.
Why do you need this boy?
Oh, he gives us messages sometimes. We are with our friends in the area. Feel free to tag along, but yeah, look, you can pass your hand right through him. He's nothing. He's just illusion. But he'll be here in case they need to
Reach out and
contact
stick his
me.
hand inside of him.
I'll make the boy go. Woo!
He's gonna kind of do this all around inside.
Please don't wiggle fingers inside the boy. That's very disturbing.
Sorry, I just see things and I need to wiggle fingers in them. No, that's not a thing.
No.
Isn't he delightful? So he'll be here for just a few moments, and then he'll pop off again.
All right. So, do you care if you see the Baron or the Baroness?
Gary, I trust you. Who would you like me to see?
That's so nice of you.
Thank you.
I mean, if we're walking towards the throne room, I can see the Baron's in there now. So, I mean, seems like he's probably the easiest.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay, so let me... Fuck. Rachel, verbal pause. Jesus Christ.
I mean, we're not stopping you.
I need to think before I speak. So as you walk into the throne room, you see... Please load for me. A large Sahuagin. So this is a large creature.
We're still on the other map. If that matters to you.
Are you, Andy?
I am.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
I know. I mean, I didn't
Cool.
know.
Gotcha. Oh,
You
yes.
guys are here.
This feller.
I can see your
Baby.
HP and you're so low. Oh my god, you're bleeding out.
Everything's fine.
I had no idea.
Everything's fine.
Every time he sort of, every time he like breathes in, there's this sort of noise and like a little squirt of blood.
God.
That's beautiful.
Well, that's a big
So-
boy.
Yeah, the
Beefy
Baron
for
is a real
beefy.
big boy. So apparently, just gonna say, because I just can't get anything straight, so it's fine. There are sharks in here. So this is defo underwater.
Cool. Glad we're
Cool.
water breathing.
Yeah.
That's a thing that I feel like
Jeez.
they should specify though more clearly to you.
There's so much. I like read through all the intro things and all, and it's never just like these portions are underwater, and you're like, cool, thanks. But there's sharks here, so
Wait.
I really like the idea of like, Baz, how are you making it so you don't just like float up to the top or something? I guess if you're water breathing, the water in your lungs is weighing
Yeah.
you down.
I got a bunch of equipment that weigh me down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of gold.
So yeah, you see a handful of different Sahuagin champions, which is the big beefy boy that you fought one-on-one. You see another one over here. You see two sharks and a Sahuagin and a big Sahuagin. And then Gary
Sharks?
whispers,
Cool.
"That's Baron Ketmac."
Baron Ketmac. Okay. Glorious Baron Ketmac.
I'm going to read to you, just really quickly, the beautiful description that they have here.
He kills you instantly. Oh,
You are dead.
You take
At the
11
end of a
damage.
short stretch of corridor, this expects me to have explained everything to you, which I was not going to because Jesus. I mean, you mainly walked through
where is
hallways.
that forbidden in the Bible?
Don't worry about it. Another high archway opens into a larger area. Here, the floor is tiled indigo and the walls are dark blue. On the north side, a massive, ornately carved throne rises from a pale blue dais. Pale blue marble pillars stand to the east and west. The dais is of the same pale blue marble, while the throne is black coral. The ceiling is tiled in pale blue. On the throne sits an oversized Sahuagin. This creature has 4 arms. In his right upper hand, he holds a large trident. His 2 lower hands grip the arms of his throne. Floating next to the throne on the creature's right-hand side is an adult female Sahuagin holding a long staff tipped with a jumble of shark jaws and teeth. In front of the throne room, and at the foot of the dais, 3 adult Sahuagin float with their backs to you. 2 float with their bodies held rigid, while the third pleads before the throne.
Oh, then I don't say shit.
You hear the Sahuagin that's like pleading before the throne. Says, "You have to punish him, Your Highness. You have to punish him. He said some really offensive things, and that just can't stand. We don't allow offensiveness here. You know that, right?" And the Baron looks really, really irritated.
Great.
At least it's real pretty. That's
Yeah.
something. Real nice. And they got shocks. That's cool.
Yeah, Gunk, look up there. It's tiled pale blue, which
Yeah.
is a color and a material, evidently.
Do you
Lovely.
do anything, or do you let this play out?
Oh, I let this play out.
Yeah, we're
Gunk.
gonna let this play out.
Okay, so you watch for 10 minutes, and you witness the
Oh.
Baron. What?
If we have 10 minutes, I ritual cast Speak with Animals so I can talk to the sharks.
Oh, fuck yeah. Well done.
Fuck yeah! I didn't want to waste 10 minutes, but we got it anyway.
My
Right, yeah, no, you're
pre-verbal
just-
son is just sitting, ritually incanting. Look at the development of the northern tribes.
Yep.
Okay, you see the Baron rise and issue an angry judgment before turning to consult with the priestess on other matters. The 2 Sahuagin champions and the Sahuagin complainant leave through the main entrance in the south and travel to their respective posts. You don't need to know that part. Okay, so that means that these guys are gone. Okay. And the Baron is talking with his priestess.
Gary, is it
And
customary?
then I guess Gary steps up. And he's like, your Baron, your Highness, we've got these visitors from the northern tribes that they beat Timothy upstairs. He challenged them to one-on-one combat and he lost. It was pretty impressive, actually. And then also they killed Jerry. But it also in one-on-one combat, and I was surprised because you know how strong Jerry is, or was now. But anyway, here are these royal people. That one is a child and doesn't talk, but shoots really well with an arrow. And I didn't think to get this one's name. And he just kind of bows out.
You're welcome.
This is not his job.
Gary out.
You ask me if I can pet the shark?
Sure. Lord and Lady Kemet?
Kepmak.
Kekmek.
Kepmak.
Lord and Lady Kepmek.
This isn't a lady.
Lord Kepmek.
This is a priestess. I couldn't be with somebody this small. Are you kidding me? Do you see this? And he uses all 4 arms to do this.
Oh, I do see that. Of course you couldn't be with someone so small. Apologies. Lord Kepmek, I come very far with my own child in order to offer our assistance in your great Sahuagin crusade. By the way, do you mind if my child just pets the shark? He just loves getting in there, petting the scritches underneath the chin, you know.
I mean,
you don't mind scritches.
They're battle sharks. They will bite. Are you okay with your son losing an arm? I mean, I know it's a great way to lose in battle, but...
my son is completely fine. Go ahead, Gunk. Go pet the shark. You're fine.
Okay. Yeah, you do the talking. I'm gonna go with the shark. Not all the way up, a little bit away. But I will talk to him. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
He looks at you and has no comprehension. Because a shell shark is a monstrosity.
Not a beast. Oh, no. Interesting.
Hey, they can't
And he
talk.
just kind of starts going around you and sniffing a bit.
Hush now.
Shark sniffing? I mean, I know that sharks have smells, but I was just like, anyway, don't mind me. I have to sneeze.
Do it. Sneeze.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Wait, there might be more.
It can't be more. We said bless you.
I'm sorry. I'm fine now.
You're good.
Yeah, you got a shark sniffing you. So, Baz?
We are here to offer our assistance to the Great Sahuagin Crusade. How are you this fine day?
I don't know this northern tribe. How do you know about our crusade?
We heard of the great Kepmek and warring with those who do not breathe the water. We want in.
Your name?
My
What's
name.
your name? Sorry.
My name in the great Sahuagin tradition is Jeremy.
Jeremy, that's a strong name.
It is a strong name. Thank you for
That's a good
noticing.
bloodline right there, Jeremy.
It is. We have already proven that we are fighters, And there are many more like us.
Gary
up
seemed
north.
impressed. Gary's not the smartest of us, but he's seemed impressed. You killed 2 of my fighters. I mean, you know you owe me that in blood, right? Yeah.
Of course. You can kill 2 of us.
Doesn't have to be your blood, but somebody's blood needs to come to me.
100%. We have friends that we would love to give you blood.
Mm-hmm.
So, how are your forces? Where do you
Well,
need
they're fucking great. What do you mean,
Yes.
how are our forces?
I
See
would
this
love
beautiful
a tour.
space.
I can only imagine, Baron Kepmek. I can only imagine. Is there any way I could get a tour to see how best to help you in your glory?
I will tell you also that about 25 minutes have passed. Because it took about 15 minutes to go. Like, this is a large fucking place. So to go from the first floor, you had to go all the way down to the bottom to take the stairs down, and then all the way back up to the top of the second floor, or like all the way from the north to the south, and then all the way back to the north. So it's about 15 minutes of walking, and then you listened for 10 minutes.
Beautiful.
So it's been about 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Just wanted to give you a heads up.
Perfect. Thank you.
I mean, I don't really give tours. I'm a baron. I have more important things to do. But can you tell me a little bit more? What are you offering? What do you want from us?
We can
I mean,
offer.
we're doing the conquest. I don't really want to share what we conquer, you know?
We just want to be a part of the glory. You will have all the conquest to your name. We can offer weapons.
I don't trust
can
somebody
offer-
who doesn't want nothing.
Oh, we want something indeed. Oh, shall I tell you what?
I mean, yeah.
I'll just kind of briefly look over at Gunkin. Do you have a prisoner named Montague Blaine?
That's a really weird question to ask.
Is it?
Yeah.
We heard you might.
What's it to you?
Can ride the shark? Can I ride the shark? Can I can you ask him that? Dad?
The mumblings of my child. Hold on. I think the child wants to ride the shark. Is that okay if they just hop on top?
Yeah, that shark's definitely going to eat your child. You know that, right?
No, he ain't.
I'll just give a big thumbs up.
Well, that's fine. You said I had a blood debt. That's one.
Yes, dominate beast, and I
But
ride
he's
the
not
shark.
a beast.
No,
He's still not a beast.
no, but it works on sharks. It was specifically because remember it's the trident. Yeah,
I know,
'cause
but he's a specific
What?
thing called a shell shark.
but it's supposed to work on sharks. Only
But-
sharks. The
Those are regular sharks.
Told me. That's what you said. You said
How
it worked on sharks.
Don't you? I'm sticky me here,
Finch,
okay?
Finch.
I'll never get to use it ever again.
They're literally a monster.
But it's a shark.
Here's what I'm gonna say. You can roll me
Okay.
an animal handling check.
Yes.
Okay, I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah,
Nope,
you are.
not.
You got this.
Not actually. I didn't design Gunk
Yes.
to be good at animal handling. 19.
That compared with the spell that even technically doesn't work on them, but like there's still some little bit of shark animalness in them and not just monstrosityness. And it will kind of stop moving around you and kind of just stare at you, waiting expectantly.
Oh, cool. I give him scratches and hop on top. Yeah!
And he just kind of swims around the room at your command, you know.
I'm just swinging around in
Oh,
circles now.
children are a delight, aren't they?
No, they're
So-
disgusting and I hate them.
Some are, yes. Some are very hateful. Do you have that prisoner Montague Blaine?
Again,
you
I'm going to
read-
say, what?
If you read, he is one of the worst people in the world. If you were to return him to the northern tribes, we would give you weapons, armors, men, sharks,
Shark man.
whatever you need.
Man
Armored
sharks.
shark men.
Whatever you need to conquer the lizard folk, the men of this world. And
Why
all
do
for
you
your
want him
glory.
so bad? What did he do to you? Is he useful to us?
He's not useful, no. He killed my wife and that one's child. Fuck. I'm gonna have to roll a shit.
One's
Whose
I
child?
mean mother.
That this one's child. That it was the child of that one that he killed. The person he killed was that's the child of them. Smooth. Well,
You mean my son's mother? Is that what you was trying to say?
yes, the mother of my son.
Because that didn't come out.
No.
It's like, wait, your child has a child?
That one
been
is the
breeding.
child of
Again, witness the glory of the northern tribes.
And Gung just swimming around a shark. Whee!
the child is motherless because of Montague Blaine and all of my people
That explains a lot about your child.
want to see.
Check me out! And I do a loop-de-loop on the shark. Check it out,
I-
Baz! Look!
I see. Thumbs up.
So your wife sounds like she was pretty weak to be killed by a little lizard man like that.
No, he tricked her. He didn't properly. Oh, I'm just so mad thinking about it. He didn't properly duel. He tricked with poison. The weakest of all the ways to kill something.
Yeah, no, anybody that poisons is a piece of shit. Everybody knows
Anyone that can be poisoned is also a piece of shit.
But, I mean, I can
Why?
be poisoned.
Oh, Lord. Lord. I doubt that very much. You look so strong. Nothing would happen if something tried to poison you.
And each one of his hands is like preening a different part of his body. All four of them just touching some different part. Like, huh.
Got it in my palm.
So yeah, here's the thing. We do have him. But you can't have him yet.
Of course.
He's important to our cause.
Right.
He's our translator. Ain't none of us speak common here because it's a filthy language none of us want it in our frickin' mouths.
Ooh, you speak truth.
But that little lizard guy, he speaks our language. It's just weird coming out of that face. It's wrong. Every time I see it, I slap him. But I need him to
Yes.
translate for me. It makes for really strange interrogations sometimes. But we need him.
Sure. I'm sure I could find a replacement that can translate that filthy, gross language.
Yeah, sure. So
But
you come to us with a replacement and we'll trade you. But until then,
Indeed.
you have to wait until we're done.
You can hold on to him until we give you men and weapons
I
and
will.
armor and
I
sharks.
hold on to him tight sometimes with all four of my hands, and I just
Yes.
squeeze them until the little
Squeeze
eyes look
them.
like they're gonna pop out.
Yeah, squeeze him, crush him. Just do that for as long as you want. Just give us a quick tour of what you need, and we will be off and leave you to your majestic day.
So what do you
Minute
want from
on
me
the
now?
shark. The spell drops after a minute, so I have to get off the shark and like give him a pat, and then I go back to Baz.
So do you want me to send somebody to show you around a bit,
Send us someone to show you, yes, the
and then you'll
armory.
send what we need?
Exactly, whatever you need. Do we have a deal?
Yeah. And he sticks out his hand. But then, I actually don't know if they would shake hands in the water and stuff. That's weird. Maybe he does like waves all four of his hands in a weird way.
Excellent.
'Cause I
This
don't
is
think
how-
you shake hands underwater. That's strange.
Indeed. This is how we in the North say good deal. And I spread my arms wide and give myself a little tickle.
Fucking savages up in the north.
Maybe, but we can fight.
That's
So-
true. I mean, you got
What a-
Gary, so and Timothy. Remember, you owe me blood. Don't forget it.
Oh, I will not forget. Find me if I don't deliver.
Oh, I will.
Okay.
I will, Jeremy.
Yes.
Then your child won't just be motherless.
Oh. Yeah, he'll be fingerless too. Because you'll take his fingers.
I'm going to remove their fingers, you freak. I'm going to remove your life.
Oh.
And then I'm going to take them and put them
Yes.
into my army because they're a child. They're still malleable. Jeez.
They're
Get out of my
excellent.
throne room. What's wrong with you?
Fine.
Savages
Excellent. Okay.
up in the north.
Well, don't know about that. Okay. And then we exit with whomever wants to take us on a tour.
Okay, so then let's circle back around to our tanky friends. Let me get there with the thing. Where is level 3?
That went well.
Yeah, it surprisingly did. All right, and our tanky friends are in the prison or the Jeel. And they've just killed 3 Sahuagin champions. They've released Borgus. And that's all that you know so far.
So Borges, I think, also indicated he didn't know much.
Mm-hmm.
So sort of look around like, so
Yeah, they were just hunting.
Borges is going to hang out in the Jeel, and we'll get him on the way out. We should probably clean these up.
The floor?
I want to search the jailers, see if they have, like, keys, notes, anything.
Documents about what their plans are.
Love letters.
Yeah, that's probably what they have. Fuck.
Letters from their grandchildren.
Oh god. Okay, but they were fucking torturers, Rachel, so I don't care. They could be in love with people and have grandchildren and they're still bad.
But anyway. So, probably gonna search them and, like, chuck them into the Jeel as we get done.
Yeah, let's see. What do you find in a Sahuagin champion? They have tridents, I believe, or spears. I think they were spear people. Let me pull them up. Yep. They got a spear.
Well, now I have 3 more spears.
And keys to all the jail cells, of course.
Of course. Cool, so we can just unlock
So
all
you
the cells.
came from this one, which is the one that had the giant eel. And you haven't looked at the other 2 on either side of it.
So yeah,
I couldn't see where you were marking or pointing.
Oh, sorry.
we came through the middle
here.
cell,
Yeah.
Okay.
and then
Came through the
there's
middle,
5
and you haven't
cells,
checked the 2 on either side.
Yeah.
Borges is just over here staring into the cell with his eel and silently weeping.
There.
So fucking depressing.
I'm just gonna sort of step over him. Yes, very good. Very sorry. Such a tragedy. It's key. Yeah, this one. Oh, also, just in case they might not be, entirely friendly. So, done the motion. Virgil's gonna redraw his
Do you
blade.
want me to talk to them first through the door and offer them mushrooms so that they'll be
No.
friendly?
No, I think we'll just open it up, and if they're hostile, we'll deal with it the way we dealt with the 3 that are now in the Jeel.
Okay. I guess.
The enemy, the Sahuagin, is our tentative ally.
If
Or
I
gonna kill
move, so are you going in? Like you're slowly opening the door?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to move your token in. Can everybody see in there now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Does that legitimately say
You
Kevin?
see.
Does that say
No,
tush?
it's
It's like
Kitch.
tush
Oh.
to me. Oh, kitch.
I read
I was
fish,
very
and I'm
zoomed
like,
out, and I'm just like,
okay.
Kevin?
Kevin?
There's Kevin.
Really are the names Jeremy, Jerry, Gary, Kevin, Timothy. I don't know why I don't plan names or have a list of them ahead of time, so I just choose very generic male names. It's fine. You see a man sitting in there, and he is a Triton. I don't know exactly what a Triton is.
It's kind of like a sea elf in that they act like elves, but they don't look like elves. They look like mermaids, kind of. They're very haughty and have
they're just
pretty
like
colors.
Yeah, they're just hotter sea elves with like cooler stuff, pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see that, and he says, "Whoa, whoa! You're not Sahuagin. Are you? Is there going to be more torture? Is there going to be what's happening here? I heard a lot of screaming."
Yeah, there was.
torture,
Look,
but
we
would you
don't.
like a mushroom?
I'm going to go ahead and say we're
I
not
would
here to harm
love
you.
a mushroom.
I'm
I'm
gonna
so
hand
hungry.
him multiple mushrooms if he's super hungry.
Yeah, he's just gonna take them and just shove them in his face, just like.
So great, we can become one soon.
And now that Ocean knows which mushrooms are safe,
I'm not accidentally gonna poison people, which kind of takes the
so-
fun out of it, but it's good.
Virgil's like, I assume you were a prisoner of the Sahuagin.
I guess. I mean, they brought me in. Have you seen Geraldine?
No, was it an
Is that also a
eel?
giant eel?
It's not. It's a giant sea otter.
Oh no!
Oh God.
Or sea lion. Sorry, sea lion. It's a
sea lion is better, I guess, but
It's a giant sea lion.
No,
She's my companion.
not so far.
Maybe she's in the other cell that we haven't checked yet.
There's 3 more we
They-
haven't checked. Okay,
other
just real
3.
quick.
She's in
Do
all
you
3.
know?
They captured me and brought me in unconscious. I heard them saying, I don't know what I heard them saying. I can't understand Sahuagin.
So you know nothing about their plans,
No.
nature of the fortress.
I speak 2 languages and that ain't one of them.
Okay, we're going to go look for Geraldine. You can hang out with the sobbing Lakatha, and we're going to get you.
I'm going to come with you to look for Geraldine. This isn't a time for tears. It's a time for action.
Okay.
Geraldine!
Shut
Quiet.
up! Inside voices.
We're sneaking.
Geraldine!
Better here. By the way, take this. Gonna hand him one of the Sahuagin spears. At least
Oh,
I'd be
yeah,
useless
they
in a
took
fight.
literally everything from me. As you can see, I'm completely naked.
I'm trying not to look, actually, but
Excellent, good, excellent guess.
all right. Next cell.
My name is Kish, by the way.
Pleasure to meet you, Virgil. Let's see
I'm
if
Ocean.
we have someone useful. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. So I'll open this one and step inside, or I suppose make sure I'm not getting rushed by someone.
Yeah, you look in and open it slowly, and it is an empty jail cell.
All right, well, there's that. Come along, Kish.
Geraldine!
Inside voices. Open
Sorry.
this one.
You open it up, and there is an alive giant sea lion inside.
Yay!
Hi, Geraldine. I'm gonna sort of look. I'm assuming Geraldine.
They say sea
What?
lion, they literally mean an actual underwater lion.
Yeah,
Not
apparently.
a
What is that
real-
image?
the
that
real
pictures?
animal of a sea lion?
And I just need to zoom in real quick.
Kinda
Yeah, that straight up just
terrifying.
looks like a lion.
Oh gosh.
It's just
yeah.
a lion.
D&D sea lions are not what you think.
No, apparently not. That's wild.
Oh, Geraldine! And Kish runs up and hugs Geraldine. And Geraldine was originally looking like she was going to attack you,
Please don't. You look like a biter.
but she defo is. But then sees Kish and just goes and runs up and licks his face all over.
All right. We hang out here. We'll be back, and we'll all head out together very soon. Okay?
I can come with you. I'm good with the spear. I'll
Sure, what
take
the
these
hell?
guys' armor. And he starts stripping the Sahuagin champion and like peeling off bloody armor and putting it on himself.
Good on you. Good on you. Like the initiative.
Are you
And
sneaky? Are
no
you
whammy,
quiet?
no whammy, no whammy.
Am I sneaky?
Noblista, Noblista.
Let's see. I just had it open and then I lost it. Pretty sneaky. Okay, sneaky.
That's good. I'm not.
Oh, well, that's fine. Do you think it's safe to leave Geraldine here? Should I bring her with me?
Is Geraldine sneaky?
No, she's a giant sea lion.
She can probably defend this area. Ensure we have a place to fall back
from the crying guy over there. Yeah, good idea.
Not from. For.
Yeah, that's the one I meant.
For. Yes, good. Great.
All right, he's gonna grab her like
No whammy, no
furry face in his hands and hold it. It's like a cat's face. Just be like, right, Geraldine. I need you to guard this sopping wet bag of tears over here, okay? We're gonna go do some reconnaissance, but we'll be back. I promise I'll never leave you again, okay? And I'll scratch under her
Also, if
little
she wants to
chin.
eat the Sahuagin, she is 100% welcome.
Oh, that's a good idea. It's a good way to get sustenance after all this time. And
Yeah, sure. That was my first concern too. Opening this door though.
okay, so then I will bring out. Here's Geraldine munching on some Sahuagin. Okay, let's see. Can I scroll without everything going insane? Yeah, you open up that door, and it is also an empty jail cell.
So
You have
quietly with
finished looking at the jail.
with Ocean and Dunham.
Sorry.
So our net after breaking in here is some reconnaissance of a big central sort of bay. A lot of troops. I would assume I took sort of a rough, at least, estimate of them with the sort of trained mercenary eye of, okay, about these many forces, they seemed like this, blah, 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 but we can do that in detail when we're reporting to the council.
Hey, were we supposed to like be meeting up with Baz and Gunk?
No,
Or
I'm
what
pretty
was
sure
the
that
plan
Baz
here?
was like saying to me, he was really excited in the boat on the way here. He was like, look, I'm going to do like this and then do like this. He wasn't saying anything. He just was doing these motions with his wings. And he's like, and then we'll just be in. And then we'll go like, sa. And then he just like sort of made some more sound effects and flapped for a while. And I'm sure there'll be fine gunks with him.
So, like, how much do we reconnaissance before we go back to meet them?
Not too much farther, because if nothing else, the other thing we saw was that there's no shortage of forces here, and we're not yet responsible for killing all of them. I say we poke around
And
a bit
we
more.
definitely counted them.
Yes, but maybe we see if we can find any other jail cells in here, because maybe we could find someone who's, more useful than a crying one who only cares about the sea lion, and a dead eel.
It's just going to be laggy today.
He'll sort of motion for Kish to follow us up. If we put you
He'll
there,
follow
you're
you.
within 5 feet of everyone.
All right. So he's following you.
We're the sneaky group. Clank. Clank. Clank.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna check. Like, I want to see if I hear anything, am noticing anything, etc.
Yeah, make a perception check for me.
Five.
Maybe Dunham is also listening.
Always?
Yeah, Virgil, you're not used to being underwater like this, and it's weird.
But I am, so that gives me advantage, right?
No. You can all give me perception checks if you want. I don't mind.
He just rolled back.
That means you don't have something to hide.
Yes, 25, yes.
Ooh, 25. I almost said, Joel, you hear. Dunlum, you hear what sounds like the sounds of a lot of voices and a lot of like clanging of like fighting and other stuff like that in the direction straight ahead of you.
So everybody, hold up. He's kind of whispering this, but I can't whisper. He's like, I hear noises up ahead that are either from a fencing club or a lot of Sawagan, I guess, training. Or the Sawagan like blacksmithing, and they just started hammering at the metal. One of these is more likely, I'm sure.
Well, I guess we should just turn around then, like we did with the other large group.
But there's a left and a right. That's not the forward.
That's true. Do you hear things down either of those with your turtle ears?
Nope.
My turtle senses are not tingling.
It's just real loud down here. Like there's just yelling and fighting, and it's just, yeah.
Well, then let's just advance a little bit more and see if there's anything interesting one way or the other. Great. Got nothing to go on here.
Some hallways.
Anyone got a sort of rule of thumb they use for this?
I think people who are right-handed usually go right.
I have 6 limbs, so...
Which one's your dominant hoof?
Here?
Right it is.
You can go a little faster. I won't make it be that it's like suddenly it's there, you know, like.
You never know. Bliss does.
Right.
I know.
So you come to another crossroads of sorts, a T intersection.
If the previous set of cells was up, and then down from that was some sort of large gathering area, if there's more cells, maybe they're up again, to the right.
What?
We came from the north and got to this intersection. We came in through the cells, and if from the north going to the south there was sort of maybe a large training hall based on the noise we were hearing, if there's more cells, maybe they're also to the north.
Correct.
Oh. But this doesn't go north.
I'll bet that over there does.
Hallway.
I kind of zoomed in, okay?
I also was a little confused when you said right, but then zoomed out.
This is a very exciting set of hallways.
I just watched Dunlum break through the wall for a second. Like, oh god, what room did you... Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like there's an opening here that I'm going to stop before I cross.
Yep, you can see that it's a kind of opening. There's not really a door, it's just open.
Do we see anything in there?
What is like inside if I sort of very carefully peer around?
Shell sharks, maybe?
Definitely gonna need to give me a stealth roll. If you want that, whatever's maybe not inside, to not notice you when you peek your head around.
I'm not very good at stealth, but I might be the best of us here.
I'm gonna say,
Why did we split up like we did?
And we're like doing
Yeah, I
the
wonder.
wrong things.
are we just asking this now?
Let's see.
I'm sure it's fine.
That's a 9
I'm gonna
stealth.
use an inspiration on that.
Okay.
Nat 20.
That's a nat 20. Shit.
Solid.
Nice.
Better.
Yeah, you stick your head around and you feel like you like with the water moving and everything in your mariner's armor, you feel pretty like one with the water. And like you're blending in pretty well. And you see 5 monstrous sharks in there. I will also read the description. This storage area seems orderly but neglected. On the floor near the south wall lay coils of rope, piles of hides neatly lashed with cords, a heap of nails, and more. The north wall has 2 rows of racks, one above the other, on which hang a number of war hammers and daggers. Below, on the floor, are 3 open coffers. The east wall is also racked, with many spears hanging in an orderly manner. This was so necessary. And there are 5 sharks in there. And I'm really sad because I wanted you to have to battle 5 sharks.
Okay. I'm gonna relay that back to everyone. Like, so it looks like it's a storeroom. There are sharks guarding it. I think in order to cross this, we would have to be relatively stealthy, so maybe that's enough for here, and we go back.
I'm not stealthy.
Oh, speak for yourself.
I said I'm.
Oh. Well, yeah, let's head back.
Oh, that was pretty funny.
Dunlum, do you hear anything down this turning?
Oh, do I?
Make another perception check.
24.
24. You hear the same loud yelling, clanging, fighting sound, but just from a slightly different angle. Like it's coming from like
Seems like the same
diagonally.
room, but
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still more fighting noises down that way.
good. So we
Leaves us one more place to go.
probably don't want to go investigate that any more closely. I got to the token of whatever his name is, and I was like, "Oh God!" Oh no, it's fine. You're actually behind
Upstairs.
us.
Dodge roll. That's the doorway.
Oh, good. More listening. 11. But I also assume Dunlum is always listening.
Is Dunlum always listening?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
So same thing. You hear the loud whatever clanging sound that is now coming diagonally, down into the center. I realize it's not really a center for you, but because it's all blackness. But
Well, that makes sense because we came from outside, so it is more towards the inside of the building.
right.
I assume.
Yes. And that's still kind of like overpowering Like, it's just that's all you can hear.
But that's only from the right hand turning. You don't get that from the left.
Yes.
All right.
Fighting down that way. Nothing of interest up here.
And more scrolling.
Sure hope there's no ballistas.
Well, if there are, they'll be with Baz.
True. I like that it occasionally shows you inside the lighting inside the room, even though you're definitely in a corridor.
Being that we're at another corner, I probably want to listen again.
Okay. Give me a perception.
I'm also going to put it back to the big cams because this is not exactly like fascinating. Look at the map.
Right. Look at the amazing map.
17.
17.
And I assume that Diane is still listening.
You can hear, you can't understand, but you can hear that there are conversations, it seems, going on in a language that you don't follow.
So...
Baz taught me some Solhwa again. Can I recognize what they're saying?
Yeah, give me an intelligence check.
Two.
You are
so
pretty
hoping
sure
was
that they're
19.
having an in-depth conversation about mushrooms.
They're really into mushrooms, I'm gonna whisper.
Do mushrooms even grow underwater?
They're called sea mushrooms.
Oh, okay. Now what?
Do they sound like they're very close to us?
Yes.
How... I know I can't understand what they're saying, but how many distinct voices am I picking up?
More than 5.
Okay, there's a couple few in there. I'm not sure. I mean, we can probably take them, but I'm not sure it's a good idea. So, I don't know if we've really accomplished what we've come here to do. But
We can draw maps of the layout of the basement or whatever.
and we've at least discovered that there are, in fact, 2 underwater entrances, one of which could get people in, assuming they can breathe underwater, and it seems relatively lightly guarded. It's next to the training post, so that's ideal, but you know what? What the hell? We should probably also just assume that Baz has gotten into trouble by now with all shapa boom part of the plan. I think he was trying to indicate, like, rocketing himself to the top of the tower. I'm not sure why, but let's just maybe start collect the sobbing-ish person.
You guys sound like you know what you're doing.
Really, that's your takeaway from
Okay, and as you head back, maybe we could take our break there.
Cool.
I love it.
Sounds good. All right, everybody. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Hang in there.
Manage your fluids.
Well, thanks. I hate it. Bye.
Hey everyone, welcome back.
Did Andy type by Nart?
I did.
Was that your funny misspelling of Matt? Was Nart?
It wasn't mine. I was making fun of Chelsea's. Sorry.
Oh, because she said bye, Nader. Okay, I follow chat. Anyway, hi, welcome back. This is a professional stream.
Rachel just calling me out for
I am
misspelling things.
Yeah, you do it on purpose, and you know it.
Sometimes.
We are not going to play super late tonight because a lot of us are real tired, and that's okay. Roll 20. Roll 20.
Yes,
I'm not
Rachel.
clicked on that token anymore. You could stop showing me the information for it any day now. Nope, you're just gonna.
But I want to give you useless information.
So I know we were just with the tanks, but I wanted to give them the chance to get out before we go back to the other crew.
Totally.
So yeah, you make it back to the Jeel, and you see Borgus hanging out, crying over his Trevor. Thanks, Chelsea. And Kish goes back to Geraldine. Gives her a rub on her scruff. So what's the plan? We taking them all on ourselves, or?
No. We're going to leave. You all are coming with us. And then we'll come back later with a military.
Oh, smart. Yeah.
Collect your pay if you're dead. So, without further ado, swim.
Yeah. So you guys work your way out through. Borgus is just like, are we just gonna leave Trevor here? Can we give him a proper burial?
How long do proper burials of eels typically take? I know you've probably not done many of them.
No, I've never done one before.
Geraldine can probably eat him.
But that actually might be kind of fitting. A warrior's death being eaten by a big, strong sea lion.
Geraldine, you wanna?
Geraldine just holds her stomach because she just ate all the sawagan. But Geraldine kind of like uses her big, massive sea lion arms and just picks up the body of the decaying body of Trevor, kind of hoisted over her shoulder, and just swims with her legs while holding this to take him.
See, there we go.
Yeah, so you exit out of the out into the waters. I mean, you're already in the waters, but the open waters. And Borgus is just like, I'm just gonna go. And he swims off. And Kish is the cat is playing behind Lena, and it's very cute. I got distracted by a rolling around cat. Kish is like, so should I go back with you guys? Is there like a meetup point?
Yeah, why don't you just come back with us? It should be fine.
Cool. Do you have a place for Geraldine's meal, or?
Isn't that Trevor?
Yeah.
Did Borgus want any? Okay.
I think he wanted her to eat it.
She can just. I don't think we're going to be going very fast, so she can just sort of come up alongside the ship. We can let her lunch for a while. It'll be fine. If I know the rest of our party, they're probably deeply in trouble right now. So it might be just sort of a hot minute before we're able to head out.
Sure. So do you guys swim up to the surface, or?
And sort of away a bit, sort of where we maybe had like last anchor
agreed to meet, or okay,
etc. Not the ship, but the
rowboat. Okay. All right, and then let's go back to our other friends.
Yay.
Who we left on what the fucking shit? No. Sorry. It picked up the entire map and tried to move it. Yeah, so you guys were getting a tour. Of not gonna go through it all. But you see, I can give you some highlights. Hold on.
Sure.
You go around and it's just drag Baz over. See this big fella?
I'm not even on roll 20.
Oh. Monty, can
No,
you see
that's
where
a big
I drag
fella.
Baz?
That's a big one.
Oh, that's
I'll
a
drag,
two-headed
I'll drag you too,
giant.
Monty. Just wait.
Is that
I
a
see
two-headed
him.
giant shark with a puka necklace? Holy crap.
Don't worry about it. That is it's a giant fucking shark. Like it's a massive shark.
Very cool.
With two heads, yeah. And among other things, you see just tons of different kinds of sahuagin and sharks and all kinds of things. And Baz, you get the feeling that like as you've gone around and kind of seen everything and your guide is kind of showing you around, and it's been about 40 minutes now. Leaning into 45.
Okay. I would say, I think, to our guide, well, this seems excellent. I think I have a plan of what to do next. You have been most helpful, guide. Perhaps
My
you should...
name's Jimmy. Remember,
Jimmy.
I told you.
I do remember now that you say it, Jimmy. Jimmy, thank you so much for showing us around, and maybe take us to the exit, but in a maybe different way. See just a little more of this magnificent place that you, Jimmy, you help protect.
Sure. And he'll start heading back, and he'll walk you up the rest, swim you around the third floor,
Sure.
and then up around the second floor, and then up around the first floor, and you get back to where you had been.
Like in the throne room area, or
No, in the first floor.
like the front entrance area.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I could even put you back there. You get back to, please let me scroll roll 20.
I assume also in my travels I didn't see Montague.
No,
Just wandering the halls or anything.
you absolutely did not.
I trust my friends freed him from the dungeon then.
Actually,
and-
as we're going around,
Yeah.
Gunk will just sort of like say to Baz, so are we gonna look for Montague? You want me to maybe split off and you can go on the tour and I'll have a look around, or what are you thinking?
Well, I don't think Montague's just going to be out and about. If he was, I think the tour itself will pick it up. And I don't know if we're able to really get too deep into this place. I think we've got...
I can get plenty deep.
True. But I think we have what we came for the most part. I think we should just go. We know he's around somewhere. That gives me some comfort.
Sure, it's up to you. Boss, dad, whatever.
Boss Dad,
Boss
thank
Dad.
you. Yes. Yeah.
Boss, dad boss.
I'm a boss-ass dad.
Right.
Yes.
Daddy boss. Either way, that's fine.
Ass Dad. Yeah, I think we'll just
suddenly you just
head out.
die. That two-headed shark swims up and just eats both of you whole at the same time.
No, not Ass Dad.
And yeah, you get to the front entrance again as you feel the effects starting to wear off.
Okay, it's about that time, Gunk. I bow low to my friends, and I exit through the doors, trying to shut them behind me.
Yeah, I follow. I do not bow, but I follow. I bow to no one.
Ms. Ark certainly comes with me.
And Jerry is just standing there waving and saying, "Bye, Jeremy."
My dear Jerry, goodbye.
Oh, chunky butt. I was talking to the cat. The Jerry doesn't say that back to you. Make me a strength check. Just quickly, you can close those very heavy doors.
Gotcha. Yep, strength for the bird person. Can't wait. That's a total of 11.
11. You are able to close the doors fully, and you hear them click as you become Baz again, and Gunk becomes Gunk again. A few seconds later.
Gunk, cheese it.
Yeah. Go up.
I take off flying toward the ship.
I just jump in the water and start swimming.
Yeah. I don't want to lose track of Gunk, but
yeah,
we're going fast.
You're able to get to the ship, and you see your companions on it, as well as
Montague.
No. As well as what looks like a strange humanoid man that you haven't really seen before. And you see a giant creature, or a large creature, swimming next to the boat. And eating what appears to be another large creature.
Is that supposed to happen?
Yeah, don't worry about it. That's Geraldine? And
I've had a lot of Jerrys today, huh?
Yeah, Jerry, a lot of Jerrys. Jeremy,
Geraldine. Wow, it's a real popular Sawagan name, I guess.
It feels like there's a creator out there.
Lion. And this is Kish, was it? Yeah, and he's real excited to kill some Sawagan coming up here. So
cool.
Seems a good sign.
Yeah, they captured me and Geraldine, and it sucked.
There was also one other guy. What was the name?
I don't know.
Borges cried a lot.
Borges.
He swam away. He was just sort of done with the whole thing.
I see.
And there was Trevor, but you've already met Trevor. He's down there getting eaten by Geraldine.
Wow, that's a lot. We were very successful in our endeavors. How about you?
What were we?
I'm smashingly successful, yes.
I mean, I didn't understand most of it, so I'm not even really sure what happened. But
I'll
take your word for it.
We were never in danger. It was excellent.
Oh yeah, never in danger, not even one time ever at all.
Is very covered in blood.
There's a weird whistling noise every time you breathe in.
Yeah, that seems to be a punctured lung. Look, I can make bubbles.
Those can kill you, you know.
That's bad. But for the most part, we were successful. Did you happen to find the prison areas by any chance?
We found at least a prison area, yes.
Yeah, area.
Is that where you found this Kish fellow?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, Kish, do you mind if I ask you a question? Did you see down there in the prisons?
I mind. You didn't wait for an answer. I mind.
I did not wait for an answer. I don't exactly care if you mind or not. That was more formality.
I don't really mind. I was just being a dick. I was trapped there for a little while, so.
Right, makes sense.
Guy. You want a drink?
Yes.
Sure.
While you were trapped there, did you ever happen to see?
He's just gonna start glugging a drink that he somehow gets.
You're quite the chugger. Well done.
I'll get him a snack too.
Thank you, Gunk. Did you happen to see or hear the name Montague Blaine by any chance? Or see a figure that looked like this, and I describe? Montague is a
I
lizard
didn't
folk.
see anything. I was kept in a closed
Right.
room. I came in unconscious. I woke up and I was in a closed room. I could hear screams in a language I don't speak, but that was about it.
I see. Okay, thank you.
You got it.
What were we supposed to be doing?
We were supposed to look. We were supposed to be finding the numbers that they have, the layout basically of the fortress, any extra or secret entrances, which we did not find, I'm afraid. I basically understand their structure, who to kill and how best to kill them, because I did several killings along with my son Gunk. It's a long story. We'll tell you. We'll tell you later. You also had killings. Excellent.
And then eatings.
And eatings.
You ate people?
No.
Oh,
Points down at
good.
Geraldine.
That's good. Oh yeah, that's fine.
Oh, right.
Clean up
Yes.
crew.
Right. I need to attend a few injuries here. And maybe get some port in me. But I'm sure we can compare notes and if you lived, it seems like you must have been somewhat successful. So I think we'll have a decent amount of information to give them.
Yeah, we found doors and passageways.
Good.
There are 2 underground entrances, one of which led to a sort of central area with several dozen troops. The other was a back entrance into the jail area, which seemed very lightly guarded. There were only the 3 sort of hefty guards, but we took care of those. That should even be accessible again. There were a large group of them apparently in a training hall in the middle. We didn't try to go look at that. Ran across another
fair,
group. Also,
yes.
they seem to be using sharks as guards.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, there were a lot of sharks. It was pretty
yes.
cool. There was
Well-
one real big one with 2 heads. It was awesome. Yeah.
Very awesome. I don't even know how it got in that room. Did you see an exit that was big enough?
I don't think so. They probably
I
like
didn't either.
hatched it and raised it in there. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
terrifying. I don't even. Yeah,
That's
I think
really
it's.
sad.
I mean,
Just been trapped in
pretty
one
loved.
his whole life.
He's loved and taken
Yeah.
care of. You
There was
know?
blood in the water around him. I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah, well fed. Lots of like scratches on the tummy. I'm sure he's fine.
We did meet Kepmet, who was the tribal leader, it seems, of this place. And I also seem to have an in with him, as if I were bringing troops to him and armor and weapons. It was quite the deception. You'd be very proud of me, Dunlum. You deceiving little minx, you.
Of course, go on. What else? What else happened with what was Kepmet?
Kepmet, yes. Seem to have understood not only the hierarchy of their government structure, but also a bit of a meritocracy, it seems, and the only the strongest are honored in such ways. It's interesting. I shall study them at great length until they disappear from the earth entirely, I assume.
Quick question. We didn't see anything that was like land based. So like they keep saying in Saltmarsh that they're gonna invade Saltmarsh, right? But like there's nothing they can do on land.
They can
So
walk
what
around.
exactly are they gonna do? Yeah, but their sharks can't. And I don't think they can get out of the stay out of the
I
water
don't
very
think that
much.
they were planning on attacking Saltmarsh. I'm not sure, but it was just like they're
just a danger in the area.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, but they don't have. Okay, because I was under the impression it was like they're gonna attack Saltmarsh. Stop them.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
They
too.
might have told us that, but I don't know if they Really?
Right. I mean, and Sahuagin can be on, like, they can be on land just fine. All of their, like, crushers and fighters and stuff. Just the shark people can't.
Yeah,
Shark people.
Okay. Cool. So maybe we lure them up on land. Maybe that's something we can do. Get a bit of an edge on them.
Well, right now, all we're supposed to do is relay the information back to the townsfolk. They haven't even asked us to participate in the fight yet.
Right. It's just like you pretended to be some noble guy. You got an in with him. You just said so. So, that's something we can use maybe.
Yeah. By the way, Gunk, if I haven't properly done it, I do need to thank you very much. I could not have taken those brutes on by myself.
Yeah, I know.
Which is why I'm thanking you for it.
Yeah, I mean, I would say you're welcome, but, don't do it again.
Don't be in harm's way again?
Well, yeah, for one thing. But also, just don't be stupid. There. Yeah, the purposely putting yourself in harm's danger twice in the space of 5 minutes. Maybe don't do that again. Just friendly little request from a pal.
I believe we've been putting ourselves in danger since I've met you. And I apologize. I won't do that anymore.
Good. But also, when we're in danger, you and me,
yes,
just by ourselves, it feels a lot more dangerous than when Virgil and Ocean and Dunlam are around. So maybe we don't do that again, huh? Maybe I mean, you may make a great team, but
can't deny it.
Also not a good team. So maybe we don't do that again.
Deny it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens. I do, yes. Very
Excellent.
much.
Let's go get a drink.
I stopped by Ocean on my way to the drink going, I'm going to go get a drink with Gunk.
That's awesome.
I think we're becoming friends. Okay, I'll tell you about it later. Okay. What a drink awaits me.
Yeah.
Virgil is back in pajamas and eating a snack.
Nice. A cheese platter, perhaps.
Anybody else?
I think, we tell the sailors.
Grab a piece of sausage and hork it over the edge to Geraldine.
Geraldine eats it happily, and also you can see that most of Trevor is gone.
Good job.
Yes.
Keep chugging.
All right, so you will have a couple days back on the boat, if you wanted to do anything then. If you don't, it's fine. But
I think the big thing is so Kish, do the Tritons perhaps have any interest in contributing military forces to this? Because they're not currently, right?
No.
They weren't one of the members of it. It's are there many settlements of your people in this area, or?
That's a good question. No, we're not really from around here. I was just kind of exploring. I'm just a visitor, really.
Tourist. Fantastic. Great help.
Yeah, I mean, tourism is important, right? You got to help small businesses and the local economy and the places that you go visit.
Right, so you visited Saltmarsh? You like it?
Not yet, I got captured.
Oh, right. Well, we're going there now. It's a great place. You're going to love it.
Awesome. Do you have any good suggestions?
Watch the kids. They
so many.
They might take your stuff.
Yes.
You want me to watch children?
I was going to say that. Keep an eye on the little ones.
Right.
Also, don't do anything that this one asks you to do in relation to children.
I'll have another drink.
What do you guys want me to do to children?
Just don't.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, don't do nothing with kids. Is pretty much what we're saying. But
look at them.
Yeah, you just
keep an eye on them. Make sure they don't steal stuff from you.
Or don't let them steal stuff. That's fine too.
I don't have anything to steal, as you can see. I'm just wearing bloodied Sahuagin armor.
True, that's true.
They took all of my possessions. By the way, do you have any money?
Yeah, we have lots of money.
Would you
we
be
got all
kind enough to
kinds
lend
of-
me some so I could perhaps get a place to stay and
We got all
some
kinds
food?
of money. Money.
I mean, we got food and a place to stay here for free. You know, if you're interested.
Yeah, but I don't really get to help the local economy if I don't go to the local economy.
Sure.
Right, but you're helping. If we give you money, we're helping the local economy, which we already do a lot of anyway.
We essentially
we're
are the
not
local
interested
economy.
Huh. Okay.
I gave
okay.
so much money to the local economy because of the emeralds.
Yep, that's true.
You got emeralds.
Because of that kid stealing the money from you, that was like the local economy.
What is it with you guys and kids?
Yeah,
It's
I
really
fucking.
scary.
Not all of us. It's just him.
Can I
Just
tell you
that.
something? Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I fucking broke Kaelin, okay, with all the money that I've put into the economy. It's like I'm sure the inflation is
You broke what
And-
now?
just broke it. Kaelin.
What's
Who's Kaelin?
Kaelin?
It's the country we live in. What is wrong with
That
you?
I mentioned in the first game. And never again.
Did not remember that.
That.
I didn't remember that at all.
Okay.
Andy, what's the
Still.
king's name?
King Kaelin.
King Kaelin.
Good
Have another
times.
drink, Baz.
I have.
Are you sure?
I think I've had all the drinks.
No, we got plenty more. Here you go.
You're good, Frank Gunk.
Yep.
That's
sure
a
am.
soggy bird.
This bird has got a soggy bottom.
Okay. At this, Virgil's just gonna sort of pick Baz up, mostly just by the top of the head. Be like, "All right, time to take a
Gunk. Gunk, look, I'm
Sort of
flying.
kick the door open,
Yeah, you're doing great.
look around,
Amazing, so
find his bed,
majestic.
sort of chuck
I've-
him in.
I've done so much in my life. Thank you for the drinks. Blech.
Welcome.
Just slowly backs out. Closes the door. All right. I also would say that the people of Saltmarsh are really always looking for competent help in almost every aspect of their lives. So you could probably pretty readily earn some coin and then use that to contribute to the economy. Hell, they may be willing to pay for your, underwater abilities in the upcoming fight.
This
Yeah,
is true.
You got a lot of abilities. It's true.
Do
Yeah, I
you?
bet you.
I do. I'm an able guy.
Yeah, you look
How
like
strong
it.
is that?
What would you like to see?
Abilities.
You wanna fight? We could have a little sparring session.
What?
Oh, sure, why not?
Yeah.
I was
Where's
going to
Dunlop?
ask if you could.
Where's
I was going
Dunlop?
to ask if you could juggle, but that's different.
No, shut up, Dunlop. Let him spar. But first, I mean, the rules is rules. You got to take your armor off. I'm sorry. It's just, the rules. Got to take all your armor off before you spar.
But I'm naked underneath this, right?
I am aware of that. Yeah. It's
Virgil's sort of very carefully peeling off the pajamas so they don't get hurt.
I like that Virgil is in pajamas.
It's over. All right.
I hand
okay.
Dunlop a beer.
So
You bastard's gonna let
He's already had two.
Baz sleep through this fight?
Yes.
You bastards!
So is this are we allowed to use weapons? Because I'm a weapons guy.
Dunlum, you got enough of the whole keeping us alive thing that we can use weapons?
Yep. Yeah, enough of that.
No aim for the killing blow, end at either, the opponent quitting or anyone losing consciousness. Sound fair?
Yep. Sounds great. Armor class without armor is
10.
what usually?
10 plus
it-
dex.
Okay. His is exactly the same.
That's like
Okay. Really? He has one spell.
He was boasting. He was the one that was boasting about all of his abilities. We don't
Don't
feel
worry
bad
about it. Okay, let's roll initiative for our fun spar.
A fun naked spot.
Yeah, our fun naked spar.
Ah! I spray them with cooking oil before they get started.
Oh my gosh.
No, you're just
20.
like, shh. All right, Virgil, you go first.
This may not be very long.
I'm going to assume we're sort of starting at opposite ends, and we've cleared out this area.
Yeah, I moved Baz into his room.
I will immediately rage, and you're just gonna see you're gonna be like, yes, let's have a good time with this. And the tail will just sort of erupt out with Skelf ears jangling. As part of the bonus action, I will move up to half my speed, closing on him. And then Greatsword.
Do it.
Will normal Greatsword. 25.
Yeah, that hits.
14 slashing damage.
Okay. He already looks pretty messed up.
Second attack. 23
Yep.
for 15.
Golly, how do you want to do this?
Basically, I'm just
He
the
only
first one.
had 27 hit points.
The first one, I'm just gonna slash across, and sort of as I see him go like, "Oh God!" Virgil is just going to sort of pivot and just flat of the sword slap him back across the deck.
Geraldine is gonna hop up.
I'm intentionally also not killing him.
Of course. But Geraldine has an intelligence of 5.
Fair.
And you know what she's gonna do to you, Galway?
Bite.
Galway, do you know what she's gonna do to you, Galway?
She seemed like a biter.
I cast
Slap.
Speak with animals. Hey. It's okay. Look, your owner's fine. Your pal's fine. Come on. I help him up. See, look, he's great. No problem.
You see Virgil, Dunlum now.
He will be listening to you while he attacks, and then he will decide whether or not he listens to you. So
Now
you're
with the
armorless,
healing?
right?
Huh?
You don't have any armor on, right?
Correct, but I'm a barbarian. So
What's your armor
16.
class then? Okay. He rolled a 23 to bite.
Okay.
It's 11 piercing. 19 claw attack.
That may
Which
not
is-
hit me.
Oh,
It was
no,
11.
19?
It was an
Oh,
11.
sorry.
You said for damage.
It was 11 for damage. And then a claw attack at 19.
Tail. My armor class is now 25.
Yeah, the next 2 attacks are 19 and 18, so those don't hit. So just the
Please
bite
no.
hits. You just get,
Okay,
and then it's gonna kind of like have she's gonna have your arm in her mouth as she just turns to look at Gunk.
Hey, Dunlum, buddy, come over here. See, look.
No clue where Dunlum is in the turn order.
With speak to animals, can they speak back to you?
Yes.
So she's gonna just say, "Your friend killed."
No. He ain't dead. He ain't dead. Look, come have a look. Promise. Dunlum, quick.
Virgil's just gonna sort of use his tail to sort of like scritch her chin. Yep, okay, that's fine. This is fine. I'm used to
Dunlum
this.
just go over and goes 1, 2, 3. Here we go. All right. So and then cure wounds, clicking through menus and doing that.
See, look, he's fine. I also cast protection from poison on him, so I don't poison him while I'm helping
I like
him.
that you basically just completely healed him.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, what is that? 20? Yeah.
20, yeah.
Yeah, he kind of like, damn! You're so much stronger than I thought. I didn't even get a hit in.
I'm still just standing with like my arm in Geraldine's mouth, like scritching her with the tail. Like, yep, this is fine.
You mind calling
Geraldine, Geraldine, it's fine, Geraldine. We agreed to this. It was just a fun battle. I'm just not quite as strong as I thought I was. I was gonna do this, and after he says that, he casts fog cloud.
Yeah.
And so you're just surrounded in a 20-foot radius sphere of fog.
Neat.
This is one of my cool things I could do.
That's very useful for stealth and infiltration and confusion on the battlefield. It's a very useful skill.
Yeah, I'm good at that stuff, definitely.
I feel like just sort of knowing where he is by speaking to him, like Virgil, a very experienced mercenary, is just going to appear on the other side of him. Yes, it's useful for sneaking up on people. Ooh. Tap him on the other shoulder with the tail.
Okay, you guys know what you're doing. I think those Sahuagin have I don't know how well they're gonna do. I think you could, I mean, you have other people like you, right? It's not just you 5.
I wouldn't say like us, but we have other people, sure.
Okay.
Baz wanders out of his room. I'm in a place where I don't know where I am. It's foggy, and I don't see my friends.
Baz, make a dexterity saving throw.
Everybody shut up! Be super quiet. Pretend you're not here.
Dexterity saving throw. Good. Everything's... I love it.
With disadvantage, because you're drunk. With
11.
You walk directly off the side of the boat.
Oh my god!
After you walk out your room, you're just like, what's all this fog? Oh, jeez.
I'm in a place where I don't know where I am.
You're gonna
Nobody else sees it.
No,
They hear you.
No one else sees it?
You're in fog!
And Gunk's like, we should be quiet. We should be quiet. We shouldn't like. I'm pretty sure he just walked off the edge.
No. Nah. He's fine. He's looking. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He probably did.
Can you stop the fog cloud, or does it just last?
Oh yeah, I could stop it.
Can you Can you please?
Yeah, sure. And he'll stop it, and it'll dissipate.
Yeah, he went off the edge.
You just kind of see Baz just kind of floating.
How you doing down there? Oh,
on his back.
Yep, he's down.
Yeah. Hey, Ocean.
Bird overboard.
Maybe wanna.
Just kind of like, I would say
here?
maybe like wings and legs, just kind of like.
Oh no.
In a nice drunken fashion. Like think of a drunk person in a pool, just kind of floating on their back.
I'll jump in after him.
You can jump in. Okay.
Were you going to do something, Joel?
Yeah, this spell has way more text than I was willing to read. But I was just gonna cast Control Water and just make a spew of water, basically launch it back onto the deck, which I'm assuming I can do, because that's so much text in the spell.
It's a lot of text.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that, and you will gently. Right? Do you make what kind of shape do you make with the water to lift Baz out?
Cylindrical? Just
not a big hand, like a big gentle hand.
Well, I didn't say it was gentle.
As it sort of dumps him, Virgil's just gonna
just like boosh,
catch him. All right.
Virgil, I was flying again.
This time, instead of like walking over to the bed and showing him, just gonna like kick open door.
Virgil, there's someone in my bed.
You, Baz? That's just shit. You. Don't worry.
Hasselhoff.
But yes, good spar.
Yeah, well, that was amazing. And how about we can end there for tonight, and we can finish your voyage back, and you can talk to the council and plan your attack next time.
Sounds good.
Lovely.
I'm like, wow, I wonder if he's like a high like CR, and like this will be, and I just like second one. Oh, okay, he's done. Oh,
he's a challenge rating 1.
Chink.
Awesome.
Well then.
Yeah.
As Virgil looks at the sea lion like, this could be fun.
The sea lion has 15 hit points.
Oh, okay, so it would have been 15. Another round.
Yeah. 15! Like, what the fuck? And their attacks are just bites and claws. It's just a big lion that lives in the sea. That's the name.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh, that is also where my brain went. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Hope you had fun. Hope to see you back. Like I said, Thursday, 8:30 p.m. We should Eastern. We should have Spire, GM'd by the wonderful. And then on Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, it is the first session of our Monster of the Week mini campaign run by our very own Sam. And that is sort of kicking off our Go to Ween October scary, spooky, horror themed streams. You can check us out on social media at Helpful Goat or !point Discord to get a link to join our Discord and then get the full schedule there. Hope you had a great time. Hope you have a good night. Stay safe. Be well. Take care of yourselves and of each other. Love y'all.
Love you.
Honk, 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 honk.
Honk, honk.
There once was a ship that sailed the coast, and the name of that ship was the Sea Ghost. The winds blew harder, bow dipped down. Blow me, bully boys, blow. Rah! Soon gangs of Sanderley come with burritos and swords and rum. One day when the smuggling is done, he'll take his leave and go.
He'd not been 2 days on land when on came in an adventurous band. He tried to hide in contraband, but took his final blow.
Soon the menagerie come, a horse turtle, a fowl and grum. One day when the shopping is done, they take their leave and go.
The council bid them set to sail, following on some lizard's trail, with wispy brows and bikini plate mail, in search of lost cargo.
Soon the menagerie come, to find out where them lizards are from. One day when the talking is done, they'll take their leave and go. Soon may the black hole come, the greening rockies and shrooms and scum. One day when the sailing is done, they'll take its leave and go.